Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you? Your name is
My name is
Tarush.
Neha.
Neha. Okay. On the screen, it says Tarush Sharma.
Yes, yes, yeah,
Okay. Hi Neha. Yes. Tell me how are you?
yes. I'm good, ma'am. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, how's your day going?
Yes, day is going good. Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Uh, got it. This is the first time that we are meeting, right? So let's introduce ourselves before we start the session.
yeah,
You
sure.
want to go first?
Yeah, okay. My name is Neha Sharma. I am from Haryana. By profession, I'm a teacher in a school. I teach English language up to 8th class, and I'm a YouTuber also. Recently, I have started my YouTube channel. I'm a homemaker, mother of a kid, and an English language learner. This is all about me, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Nice. Got it. So, my name is Gagna and I'm from Mysore, Karnataka. Professionally, I'm a social media content creator, but I've been training people from past 3 years. And I've completed my computer science engineering. So, this is about me.
Okay, ma'am.
Awesome. So, you said you're a teacher. What do you teach?
I teach English language.
Okay, got it. Then, why are you here in English, Yari?
Because I believe that having English knowledge is different thing, ma'am, and communication skills are different. So I think I need to polish my communication skills. That is why I'm here.
Got it. Awesome. I'm just curious. You said YouTube channel. What are the content that you produce on your channel?
Yes. I upload conversation videos as well as I have uploaded few grammar topics.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. Um, so I saw that this is the second session of yours. How was your first session?
It's my fourth session, ma'am.
Fourth session. Okay.
Yes.
How how was your previous sessions? Did you learn anything important?
Yes, yes. My sessions were really very good, and I have learned a lot from the tutors of English Yari. And yes, it has been a good experience, ma'am.
Got it. Okay. So do you know what is the topic for today's session?
Yeah, I saw, but I have forgotten.
It's favorites.
Okay, a favorite. Okay.
Favorites. So, what are your favorite things? What do you like to do? Hobbies? Anything when what comes to your mind when I said favorite?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell about food. So there is not any particular food that I like most because I'm not so choosy in regarding food. So if I say that if the food is normal, so I can eat it. I do not show any kind of tantrums, and yes, I can eat all vegetables also. Like people think that bottle gourd, they do not like bottle gourd, sponge gourd, and bitter gourd, all these things. But I like, I can eat. And if I talk about rajma, chole, paneer, so yes, it is also okay with me. So I'm not choosy in terms of food. And if I talk about academics, so yes, I love book. I like books, and I like study. I like studying a lot, and if I do not do study in my whole day, so I feel so much regret, and I feel that there is something missing in my life. Yes, so I
Hmm.
like study a lot. And if I talk about people, so yes, definitely I love my son, my husband. So yes, uh, and
Hmm.
other things, movies. I don't like watching movies, ma'am. But yes, when I'm in the situation that I have to watch movie with my family members, then generally I want to watch horror movies.
Okay, got it. So you told you like studying, right? So studying means you are preparing for something or to teach the academic books is what you meant, right?
Not academics, ma'am. Actually, earlier, like when in my childhood, so I used to be a studious person, and in my school, in my college also. After that, I started preparation for getting government job in banking sector. So that time, I also studied a lot. I was studying a lot, And now because I'm so much conscious about learning this language and improving my communication skills, so I'm striving a lot on this manner. Yes.
Hmm.
So
Got
like whatever I want to achieve, so I think that I want to give 100% to that thing.
hmm.
It's my habit, you can say.
Makes sense. Okay. So, any book that, which book are you reading in recent times?
Yes, these days, ma'am, I'm reading Atomic Habits, and little bit I have covered Wise Otherwise by Sudha Murthy. Yes, by
Sudhamurthy.
Sudha.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, if you had to recommend one book to anyone who's starting their reading journey, which book would you refer?
I would like to recommend Wise Otherwise, ma'am, because the language of this book is really very simple, and for beginners, it is awesome book. And words that are used and what are the structures, grammatical structures are used in this book are really very fantastic and are generally used in the practical life. So yes,
Hmm,
if I were asked that what is the best book for the beginners, so I would like to say Wise Otherwise by Sudha Murthy.
got it. Okay, thank you for suggesting that. So now let's talk about the topic, favorites, right? So you want to express your desire to something. You want to say that I like this or not. So let's learn how you do that. I will give you two sentences. You have to tell me the difference between those two sentences. The first sentence is I love reading books. Second sentence is I like reading books.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, you have to tell me the difference between these two sentences.
I love reading books and I like reading books.
Hmm.
Okay. So I think in I love reading book, it is like it shows the excess of desire,
Hmm. Okay.
because we can like someone, but like we can like many people, but we love only one person. So is
Hmm.
it the difference? Huh?
Correct. So when you want to do something which is your favorite thing to do, or for example, you have a favorite dish, you don't have a favorite dish, I know, but still, if you have something like favorite thing to do that you love to do, right? So that is you have excess of love towards doing that chore or anything that is. So when it is too much near to your heart or close to your heart, you feel that you love to do it, and when you just want to say, okay, I like it, right? So this is the
Okay.
way you can express something. You can say I like this and I dislike this, right? This is the way of saying it. But when you say I love this, so people will understand, okay, you have this level of closeness towards
Liking.
the, yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Awesome. uh, Now tell me, what else do you think? You said you don't watch movies, right? What else do you do in your free time? Reading books. Other than that, what else do you do?
Yes, other than when earlier I used to listen music and I used to sing a song also many times. Like I used to participate in many different kind of competitions at school and college level. But right now, this habit has also been dialed down by me, so I'm not pursuing it. So yes, I do not have any particular habit also, like hobby also.
Hmm. Okay. When you want to, let me rephrase my question like this. So when you want to relax, when you want to, when you had a hectic day, but you want to come home and just relax, what will you do? What is that escape for you?
Okay. So, ma'am, one thing that I read something and I start something related to English, watching something related to English. And the second thing that I like is uh, watching like a description, short or brief description of movies. That is, 3 hours movies just explain in only 25 minutes or 20 minutes. So I like to watch that. And why I watch it, because when I watch it, so after understanding the story in
Hmm.
Hindi, so after that I try myself to translate the same Hindi story in English. So
Hmm.
yes, and nowadays I'm also watching some movies that are movies description, actually, not movies, movies description in English also. I'm trying to understand them also. Yes.
Got it. Great. Um, so I can see that you're pretty focused on learning English, and you're like this, you're not distracted at all. That's very
Because
good to know.
yes, ma'am, because I want to make my career in this thing, in this particular field, ma'am. Because I was, as I told you, that I was preparing for competitive exams, and I devoted my many years to that exam, but I couldn't crack. I couldn't get that job. So somewhere or other, there is an regret in my mind. There is something that I haven't achieved anything. Like being a studious person, being so hardworking, still I do not have anything productive, right?
Hmm.
So that is why there is something in my mind that no, I should achieve something in my life. Yes.
Hmm. Got it. Uh, okay. But sometimes I would also say, if the person is very studious, they should enjoy life also. They should not. So after like 10 years or 20 years, no, when you look back, it should not be only studying. It should not be only for your career, right? So there should be some moments that you cherish going forward. I know you have your family and everything, but I'm sure that you would have had some favorite things to do, like favorite movies to watch and favorite, like as you said, you listened to music before,
Mhm.
right? So don't let go of that. Like keep it, like do it very less comparatively.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever I get time, whenever my husband tells me that okay, let's watch a movie today,
Hmm.
and so then we watch movie also. Like generally we watch Punjabi movies because my husband is fond of watching Punjabi movies. So yes, I
Hmm.
also watch. You can say it's my compulsion to watch movies with my husband.
Okay, got it. At least in that way, you're enjoying something. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So now we have 10 more minutes. I will keep the last 5 minutes for the feedback. So now we can talk about anything that you want to focus on, or any questions that you want to ask me, or any suggestions you need.
Okay. So, I want to know one thing ma'am, whenever we want to, connect with the people, so
Mm-hmm.
what kind of mindset we should have? Like, for example, now you are connecting with me,
Mm-hmm.
so you do not know much about me, so there is something wandering in your mind. What should I ask? Like how should I interact? How should I take the questions? And I how should I tackle that person? So what kind of mindset generally you have, ma'am, whenever you
Mm-hmm.
meet with any person?
Got it. So I'm very different in different situations. For example, here I'm taking classes and I am the host. So I have to be interactive. I have to be the one asking questions. So here my
Okay.
mindset is I want to give to the student as much as possible. I don't want anything in return, right? So my mindset is how can I help this person?
Hmm.
And the first question that comes to my mind is what is their problem? What are they lacking? Where are they going wrong? So I try to understand the person so much by asking questions first, and then
Hmm.
when I get those answers, then I go about giving the feedback on how they can improve in this areas. So yeah, basically I will ask a lot of questions here. But in outside,
Okay.
if I'm meeting someone, and in like a colleague or something, and I want to keep that relationship well, so what I do is I keep it very minimal. Like I don't talk about personal things and all, but I am friendly to them. I ask about how they're doing, how is work, right? How is family and everything. And that's it. Not more than that. Should not go personal. That is a relationship that you have to maintain with your colleague. You should not go to personal levels. But when it
Yes.
comes to friends, usually what we do is like we are so relaxed. We don't bother about if you want to ask questions or anything, because that is a place you feel like you're very safe, and you don't have to try to be anyone in front of them, right? So you can be yourself. So friends, I wouldn't suggest anything. Be yourself. But when you want to make a connection, ask lot of questions. Ask,
Hmm.
ask, ask. Only listen. Don't talk much. Listen more, talk less.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
That is when you understand the person.
Yeah, one more question, ma'am. That did you learn this language from your ambience at automatically, or did you also struggle a lot for getting command over this language?
Okay. So, my schooling, my college, everything I did in English medium only. So, I used to always be surrounded by people who spoke in English. But I was an introvert kid. I never spoke to someone. I never spoke to my classmate also. So, I
Okay,
used to be like a first bench student who never spoke to anyone. But after my college and I started working, I was trained to give this training. So my career started with this training. For 1 year, I trained people. I took sessions for more than 15 people in each batch, and I graduated like around 15 batches. So I took the training. The training helped me a lot, and by teaching people, I have also learned a lot.
okay,
Um, I knew English, but the extra things, the expressions that I give, how well that I articulate, I use hand gestures, I help people, right? So all those things came eventually while I was teaching people.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And what do you think, ma'am? How much importance we should give to vocabulary and idiom and phrases? So, what is your opinion?
Those are very important. So when you're talking, first base thing is you know English well enough to communicate with a person. That is the first step that you need to learn. Second step I would say is skills. The skills that you can manage, use it to talk to a person. These are very important. Vocabulary, English, different phrases, idioms, or sentence structure, grammar, all of these things comes eventually while you're practicing, right?
Okay,
So if you keep waiting and focus on grammar first, focus on vocabulary first, all those things, then you will never speak, right? By
okay,
speaking you will pick up all of those things. So speak, 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 but work more on your skills. How do you communicate with someone? How do you go and start a conversation with a person? How do you speak in front of public? How can
okay,
you make someone listen to you? How can you sell something? So all of these skills will be first important. After learning English, this is the second step that I would suggest.
okay, okay. And are you also in the habit of reading books?
Yes, yes, I do read books. So recently I've been reading two books. One is a fiction book and the other one is non-fiction. So I would show you the non-fiction book. So this is the non-fiction book that I'm reading. It's called The Coaching Habit. And the fiction book that I'm reading is this one, the Shiva trilogy. It's by
Okay,
Amish.
yes.
So I like reading books. I like this is my new favorite though. I don't know why. I just like the story. So this is a part two. I read these kind of books to improve my training, like how well I can help other people and to understand people better. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Ma'am, I was recommended by one of the tutors of English Yari that for expanding my thoughts,
Mhm.
I was given feedback that your grammar is okay, your fluency is also okay, but like sometimes you get stuck just because of your thoughts are not, are limited. Your thoughts are limited. These are not expanded because you are not reading so much. So you should read a lot different kind
Mm.
of different kind of books, not only particular one thing or one zone. So so if I asked you that what kind of books would you like to suggest me, so what would be your answer?
Um, so I would say, like, what do you want to develop? So if your goal is, for me, my goal is to make myself so better that I can easily help people to understand these are the areas they're facing problem in, and this is what you have
Same,
to do.
ma'am.
So that,
Same. Same, ma'am.
yes,
I also want to be, because I have already told you that I also want to be a spoken English teacher, and I really want to help people who want to learn this language. So, yes, I also have the
got
same ambition, ma'am. Yes.
got it. So I also have other things that I want. So when I'm at a social gathering, I want to make a conversation with someone. I want to be able to go and talk to anyone, right? So I
Okay.
need that confidence in me. These
Okay.
are the skills that I want to build. So for all
Yes.
of this, what I do is, this is helping me, helping people, like training people is helping me. This also makes me realize a lot of things, right? And for this, I am consuming content outside. So I watch podcasts, I listen to podcasts, I watch videos from TEDx, and I listen to public speakers. I listen to people who give effective ways, who teach in effective ways. How easily can you make a student learn, right? So all of these things, I'm always looking out, I'm searching for content like this. So
Okay.
I am on internet searching all of these things. Other than that,
Mhm.
I follow a lot of public speakers who give tips on what are the things that, which books I can read, what I can consume, which content I can consume, right?
Yes.
So most of the time in my daily, I almost, like, at least 3 hours I keep for learning something new. It might be reading a book, it might be listening to podcasts or watching videos. So
Okay.
this is how I have new things to learn every day.
Yeah, okay. Like, I have one more question, ma'am, that right now it is your job to communicate with the people who are not good at English or who want to enhance their communication skills. But in real life, like, if you get chance of interacting that person who is not interested, who is not so much interested in learning this language, and like, you get chance of speaking with that person, and so do you speak in English with that person also? You know that
Yeah,
that person is not good at English, you know that that person is not good at English, but just because you want yourself to speak in English, so just for the sake of it you speak with that person in English or not?
no, if I and him or her have other vernacular language. For example, my mother tongue is Kannada, right? So if they know Kannada, then I'm fine with speaking in Kannada. English, I only choose to speak in English when the opposite person is also speaking in English. When they want me to talk in English, I don't initiate it in English, because I usually get that since you know English, you think you are like some big
Yes,
shot
yes,
that
yes.
you want to speak, right?
Yes,
Yes.
somewhere or other thinking, also bothers me because, like, I want to speak in English with the people, but when I come to know that that person is not so much good at English, and so I cannot speak in English with that person because
Mm.
somewhere or other it bothers me that if I start speaking in English, then that person will get frustrated, and it wouldn't be good, and it would create a bad image for me.
No, I would say, if that person, if what do you want from that person? See, this is the question. Whatever you do, ask yourself why you're doing it, right? So when you're talking to that person, he or she is a family or a colleague. So if it is family, there is no necessary that for you to talk in English, because you want to have a personal conversation there. But if it
Hmm.
is a colleague and you want something from them, if you feel that they know something and you can take advantage of it, you can learn from them. So it doesn't matter which language you're talking in, but it will matter to get the skill from them, right? So easiest way you can choose is making them comfortable. How do you make them comfortable? By talking in their own language. Language is not only English or Kannada or the way we speak. It is also like body language. You imitate it. We will discuss all about this in our next session. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Do you have any other
So,
questions?
yes, may I ask one more question?
Yes, I have one more session now, but yeah, last question.
Yes. So, like, I would like to give you one situation that you are a teacher and you come across with a parent, and that parent is not good at English. So, but because you are an English teacher, so it's your you are meant to speak in English. So, what would you do, ma'am?
The student is, I try to talk to them in English itself.
Students' parents are not good at English. They are comfortable with native language. But you are a teacher. You are supposed to speak in English only. So, what would you do?
I see, my job is to speak to the student. I have to train the student, not the parent, right? So for parent, if I have to make them understand something, I will choose to speak in their own language. I feel that they, and making them understanding is more important than speaking in English there. So yeah, I will speak in their own language.
Okay, because ultimate purpose is to make them understand whether it is English
Yes.
or whether it is native language. Yeah,
with the
I got
parent.
it.
If it is the student, then
Yeah,
you
with
have
the
to speak in
parents.
English, because when you
Yes.
make them feel comfortable speaking in their language, they will feel that comfortness, and they will start speaking in their vernacular language.
Yes.
So
And I want my feedback, ma'am. Please give me
okay.
my feedback.
Yes, I think you have the fluency. The fluency is good, and you have that passion to learn English and teach in English, right? So I loved it, and I loved having a conversation with you. And I also liked how curious you are. You're asking too many questions. So I would also say that you have to get exposure to a lot of new things, meaning that you have to pick up a lot of vocabulary. You have to build your
Okay.
vocabulary. For that, you are reading books, fine, but I also would suggest you to watch some English movies or shows. Okay,
Okay.
by watching that, you will get to understand few words. So what happens in books, they are trying to tell something and there is a new word, you pick it up. But in movies, they will use a word in particular situation, and
Yeah.
then after seeing that, you will get to understand, okay, this is where I'm supposed to use this word. So
Yes.
that's why
Yes.
I suggest you do both. And speaking, I think this practice is nice. Go consume content, get exposure to a lot of other things, then come here and practice. Use all of those things here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
that is
Yeah.
feedback. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new in today's session.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Yes. Yeah, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.